It's Madden NFL 24, and we've got the Dolphins. Burner at wide receiver. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Dolphins and the Raiders, and it's coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Miami Dolphins. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. You talk about this Miami defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
Second down. It's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Parsons. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down. It was a solid check down there with pressure coming, wasn't it?
It was because you're trying to go through your progression, and when you have that type of pressure in your face, it changes what you're doing and how fast you have to do your reads, and able to come back and find him in open space. That's a really nice play.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Back to throw. Parsons toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolute phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 18. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And what a performance he is coming off of. I know that this is a different era of football where we're throwing it around a heck of a lot more, but still, over 500 yards passing.
500.
That's phenomenal, incredible. Let's see if he can take last week's game and carry it forward and have another similar performance.
Throwing to start the drive. Sampson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Dolphins. Devon Achane. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Boy, Charles is all... So explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game, so I've heard.
There he goes, right side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Play a good one. Give him 19. That was a lightning fast. Time he just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. You talk about this Miami defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a...
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Parsons. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. So Miami coming out for their second drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The drive starts with a run from Achane. Escapes the defender. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They find some open field here. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
Well, it certainly appears that the big guys up front have taken charge of the line of scrimmage. 2 really nice plays back-to-back. But on the defensive side of the ball, there shouldn't be any despair. Okay, they've got us a couple of times here. Hang in there, keep your composure, and try and figure it out for the next play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll go up the middle here with Moss. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The CD, you know, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%. Only because they still have some tough games to come, and keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Parsons. And a Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Brian Brzee, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign.
Well, partners, the first quarter, too early to start talking about needing a comeback. They're down 2 touchdowns already, and that sack, that disrupts this drive. They need something to go right on offense, and they need it to happen soon.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now a handoff up the middle. McIntyre, and he'll find some space up to about the 25. 9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I know. But it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's Achane to start the drive. Shoves him away. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
And the slot man goes in motion left. The slot man in motion right. On 1st down, Sampson. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's going to be knocked away.
defense is all over, continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball, but oftentimes it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Sampson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in the game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Sampson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
2nd and 7. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Achane. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. That one goes for 8 yards.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. That's rushing touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Dolphins take a 3-touchdown lead. The try here for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now here's a throw. It's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
On second down, McNeil, and he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it, and the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Miami set to take over. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much. Do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
On second down, a run by Achane. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Throwing on first down, Sampson. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll run on first down with Moss. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Looking to throw. Sampson. They set up the screen. Achane has it. Touchdown! Devon Achane with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half. It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away, but this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Raiders heading out to take over. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Off the play fake. Parsons. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Parsons. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the...
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Devon Achane of the offense ready to go once again. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. On 1st and 10, Sampson. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. It's caught at the 10. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. So this now 34-0 with the extra point pending. And Charles, I thought these guys might have the advantage coming in, but I didn't expect this.
Well, I'm glad we're going with full transparency here, because I didn't either. I thought we might be looking at a 24-20 type game, maybe 13-10 at the half. But this has been total, utter domination.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw. Parsons. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
Devon Achane of the offense ready to go once again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
On every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Sampson. Ball.
Launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Here's a give to Moss out of the shotgun. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. This offense number 1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got them another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that ball controlling the clock and
A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. That's just why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call
receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there. Yeah.
Oh,
And you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
Should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Sampson. That is caught, and down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Moss. Get it down to the... Brings up...
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Achane will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it is 42-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and get some points out of it.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Parsons. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And this drive is over. Began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Up the middle they go. McIntyre, and they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Dolphins with one final possession here in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. On first down, Sampson looking long for Thomas. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Sampson, he's going to let it go again. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where you see the final score there. Justin Jefferson, well over 100 yards with 2 touchdown catches to boot. From there, it's off to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. Anthony Richardson, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Buffalo Bills. A field goal, the difference. 17-14, the final. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Go.
Moss on the give up the middle. He'll get 7 and there.
Job. In front, they just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
To throw on second down. Sampson, he sets to fire deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown. Dolphins extend their lead yet again. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Throwing on first down. Parsons. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
On second down now. McIntyre. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally and take a few hits off.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. The Dolphins about set to go to work on off. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
48 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 60 Eagles, 60. Hey, check that. Ready?
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And now off to the races down the right side. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 46 yards on the ground. And a guy that can change the game shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Dolphins just continue to roll. On the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On 1st and 10, Parsons. Over the middle, that's caught by McLeod. And he's going to 35-yard line. Pickup of 28 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On 1st down, Parsons. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Brian Brzee able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead. Into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll try the left side. McIntyre. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 60 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
A give left side. Here's Achane. A nice little juke. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Past the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. 46 yards. And the Dolphins get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, Parsons. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Up the middle, Achane. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with the lead,
and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane, 32 yards. And the Dolphins take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Now for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Devon Achane who finished things off with a touchdown reception. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So out come the Raiders. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Looking to throw on second down. Parsons. And his throw here's incomplete.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already.
And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Parsons. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's the Raiders punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
60 Bison. Go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. Here now, 2nd and 4. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 45 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
60 Eagles.
On the give, this is Moss. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been a bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Moss is into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Throwing on first down. Parsons. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. This is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time, multiple guys get to it.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Back to throw. Parsons. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Parsons, and he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or 2. The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. 2nd down and 8. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They haven't been stopped yet. A perfect 7 for 7. This will be 3rd and 6. A run straight ahead with Achane. And they go backwards here, losing yard. 48-yard line. Of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Back to throw. Sampson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is... And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation. Do it.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
Looking to throw. Parsons. Nowhere to go here. He lost the ball. And they take possession of the football and have it at their 30.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe hard. It's like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Right back to Moss. A pick. 3 yards as he's taken down at the 30.
It's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. They'll go up the middle here with Moss. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the stick. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Oh, good move. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock.
They've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one, and here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They'll look to run with Moss, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, Parsons. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw. Parsons. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. 3rd and 12. Operating from the gun. Parsons. Pressure comes and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And taken at the 46. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Now it looks like he'll throw here. This is caught inside the 15. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Raiders offense ready to go. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the Dolphins come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep. So for Miami, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.